Hello, all. Tony, or Tanya, I should say. You are not kidding. Tanya saying CBD Guru soap honey oatmeal is absolutely amazing. Please let them know, Mark. They need to go into the soap business. Yes, they do. It really is good stuff. Hello, Speed Racer. It's good to see you in the house. Mikola. Hello, Dagoo, the squirrel. LK. Aloha. Rexy. Ray. Bill. See the crew. Alan's even in the house, and Green Eyes, and Bob, and that retired guy. All right, person. Dragon Poker. Beat Durham. A lot of people betting on this weekend, beat Durham. I don't know where it's going to go this weekend. Couple of interesting things on it. My contacts are trained for wealth management, on call tomorrow, but off on Monday, is what they're telling them. They also let them know that they could change that at any moment. That part's good to know, I guess. Trey, thank you for that super sticker. Morning, Eric. Hello, Miss Susie Q. Yep, read an article about Iraqi employees having to work today and tomorrow, and it's normally their weekend. Yeah, we've got that story again. We shared one yesterday, and then we've got one dated again today, letting us know that it's not a maybe, it's a definite trek for life. Thank you for that over on the Rumble side of things. Much appreciated. Happy Hound, thank you. Thank you all for the birthday wishes. Coming on Sunday. See, I get to dip out this year. It's great. Hee hee. I do enjoy the wishes, though. Tupelo, honey. Now we don't have to set clocks back. Wait, did they finally change that? Let's work on taxes and fraud. At least 100 more. There's so much that needs worked on. It is interesting, though, when you look at it, New World Order stuff. We really should start doing more deep dives on it. Rubio even having a great little clip saying, it's a 50-year plan to deindustrialize, to break our manufacturing in the U.S. And our own leaders embraced it. What's going on now is a complete reset. Thank you for all those wishes. Thanks, folks. Cool B, how are you? Wait, Miss Little, they released the second set of UFO files. Tell me it is true, Miss Little. Tell me it's true. Hey, let's see. Happy birthday, Jax. I got to start paying attention to other people doing the birthday thing. Fishing today. Curious to know how many people in the U.S. might participate in the RV. Way back in the day, I was told to be about 100,000 of us fishing today. I think that number's gone up. I don't think the amount of currency held has really gone up. I think it's just shifted who's holding it. As many people got tired, number of people said, I only need but so much. But I was told about 100,000 of considerable amount. Many others with just a little bit here, a little bit there. Still life-changing for them, but I was told about 100,000 that have a meaningful high level. Hey, don't forget that Stacy Z. She's going to do the birthday thing too. Just had Kukla's, 2 days ago? Yep, 2 days ago. Sharon's BFF's going to do theirs too. Mark Antsy, Miss Monica. It's going to be the M&M thing. Mitchell, our own leaders get to retire on the taxpayer's dime and do insider trading. Shipping our jobs overseas doesn't affect their wealth. No, they make good money doing it. Rob, thank you. George, thank you. Trey, thank you as well. Where are we at in time? Oh, I know. I need to be jumping into some good stuff here. All right, here's a quick question for you. Why are flamingos pink? It's not in their genes. Flamingos are actually born gray. They turn pink because of a specific antioxidant in the algae and the tiny shrimp they eat. It's called astaxanthin. Yeah, I know I'm messing that one up, but you can find it in krill oil. Some doctors call it an internal sunscreen because of how powerfully it protects your cells from oxidative stress, like the sun's UV rays. Salmon has it. Krill has even more of it. And the folks over at Native Krill which I just love this one. We've talked about this some. So if you've been taking fish oil for heart, joint, memory support, something you need to know, research shows that fish oil is 50% less absorbable than krill oil because fish oil's omega-3s are in a triglyceride form, while krill oil are in a phospholipid form, which is the same format your cell walls are made of, which means krill oil gets into your cells immediately. In head-to-head studies, krill oil outperformed fish oil at improving cholesterol, reducing inflammation, easing joint pain, often in lower doses. Native Path Antarctic krill oil, sourced from pristine Antarctic waters, contains a powerful antioxidant, astaxanthin. Yeah, and I know I'm like killing that one, guys. Astaxanthin. Comes in a little soft gel, no fishy burps. You can find out more by going to getkrill.com/MarkZ. GETKRILL.com. Then again, /MarkZ. The link is in the description if you guys are interested. As an antioxidant, it's like 6,000 times more powerful than vitamin C at neutralizing free radicals. That's pretty cool. I see all those birthday women. Give me pink hair, you're going to fit right in DC if it does. Or is that blue hair? Either works. Casey and Quinn are going to join on the birthday. Good. I like the name Quinn. Can we use Venezuelan digitales to buy Venezuelan gold? I tell you, that would be a great way for them to allow us to exchange. A pink Christmas tree. I've seen them. Yeah, Charlie Doodle, prayers and thoughts for Kyle Bush's family. Reported sepsis, some very, just like sudden. Let's see, 85 to 26. It's just wild, as young as he was. Adds up to 33, just crazy. Settled lawsuit. I'm still shocked by the Kyle Busch story. For those that don't know, NASCAR driver Kyle Busch dies suddenly and unexpectedly. Oh, that is great. Let's look at that. Last year on your birthday, my son, J-Rod, I always like calling him J-Rod. I got a friend, Jared, received his double transplant. Doing well. It's his new birthday. That is something to celebrate. That's a praiseworthy. Thank you. Thank you, Raytheon. Oh, woman, how many more studies do we need to read on this front before we start thinking about what we put on our skin? Oh, woman said, I actually got SC. I'm saying SC because I'm kind of afraid to call it what it is, from your sunscreen. There are a lot of stories on that one. Beautiful disaster. I like this. Actually, take blah, 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 however you pronounce it or say it. I am with you. If I didn't think about it, it'd be just fine. Can we spend some dong in Vietnam? You sure can. Kyle Busch just wins $850 million. Just think about that one. Just wins a big lawsuit. Can't spend it. Sudden. Makes you wonder. See, Prudence Bank Story went to credit union on Monday to set up an account. And the woman told me that we all would have a QR code instead of a bank account number. Kind of makes sense. LC Davis, thank you for that birthday wish over on the Rumble side. Where are we at? 10:09, almost time. Vicky, I'm trying not to comment on some of those, but I agree with you. Reading. And it is pretty close to time to dive in. Bonsai guys, I'm still waiting. I've had a couple contacts reach out. Have one said they've completed their paperwork and get their funding probably over the weekend or first of the week. The folks said that asked me, hey, you still need that loan? We are working on that one. I don't have any funds yet, so I'm hopeful that means they do have dollars. I will keep you guys posted. Other than that, pretty strangely quiet on the bond front this week. Starting about Wednesday evening or Thursday, it just went quiet. Now I'm going to bounce over here to, and I already mentioned for those that are joining late, contacts that work in wealth management, aka redemption, folks that have trained for the process. They're on call tomorrow. They're not scheduled and told they will not be working on Monday. They were also told that could change at any moment. Campfire. Wait. Oh, it may have been, I doubt anybody, it could have been the algorithm. When they see too many, they think it's a spam. But it is curious. I'll go through the logs. The parliament's facing moving balances. The national statement raises a ceiling of political pressure. Just means they have a lot of pressure to make something happen. Is that moving more oil? Is that changing a currency value? Of course, they just came out yesterday. There was another one in the paper today saying they have no plan to change the official rate. There was concern that they would devalue it to cover the budget shortfalls to make it cheaper for them. They've said, no, that is not an option. We are not reducing the value. That played in the news overnight. Some other very interesting things playing in the news. Rafferty Bank continuing to work on Fridays and Saturdays to pay salaries. So we do know that the Iraqi folks, including the Ministry of Finance, are working this weekend, which is extremely unusual for them. Government advisor Saleh, Iraq faces a financial gap of $9.5 billion monthly and a tripartite contingency plan to face the crisis. This is all because of the war. They're saying, we need to make a plan. We need to accelerate all of our financial and banking reforms. All these things that we've been putting off, we need to get on. Oil and gas, there's a lot of money missing there. That could be huge for the budget. Matter of fact, they found some missing money and they're going after it from what appears to be a very corrupt former speaker, Halbusi. Things are getting very interesting in Iraq as they are cleaning the books and resetting the books. They're preparing for something big. Of course, they keep telling us they're preparing to increase the purchasing power of the dinar. That's what they keep telling us they're doing this for. Then everybody's like, do you think the value will change? Saying, I don't know. The government keeps telling us the value is going to change. Prime Minister Mohammed Saleh, financial advisor on Friday, revealed 5 options to address the lack of fiscal revenues and restructuring the Iraqi economy in light of the challenges caused by the decline of oil exports and the closure of Strait of Hormuz. All the changes: reform in banking, maximizing non-oil, partnership laws between state and private to ease the pressure, bring in more business alternative to just oil. And the current crisis represents a real test of the Iraqis' oil-dependent economy. Saleh is using this as an opportunity to accelerate the changes in the white reforms. That's why I keep saying people are like, oh my God, this is derailing us. No, I really think, guys, that this is what is forcing us to get off of stuck. That it is forced the come to Jesus moment. So I'm pretty excited about the sudden movement. Selling oil to Iran, Iraq's new energy trade route. Wait a minute. Sanctioned Iran? Iraq may be selling oil to them? Because of the damage done, the shut-ins, etc., it appears that it will be some time before Iran recovers on its own production, which means it's accomplishing what they are trying to do. But now a neat exception because Iraq owed Iran money from importing natural gas for its energy production. Forget what the number was, but like $9-10 billion bucks. They're going to be allowed to send oil to erase that. So that is another outlet for Iraq to balance its books on its future of its oil. Thought this one was great because it also gets into the different pipelines in Basra. This one's worth reading more than just the discussion on being able to use some Iraqi excess oil production to settle its old bills. It also gets into how they will be working around the Strait of Hormuz in the future. When I talk about this is global prosperity. when this conflict ends, oil will crash, meaning energy will get much cheaper. And when energy gets cheaper, just like after World War II, why were we so successful coming out of World War II? Cheap energy. It was a blip, it was unusual, it allowed for greater than normal prosperity. This is the fraud I was talking about, from 1,000 to $3 billion. Reveals the story of Iraq's richest corrupt man, al-Habussi, flees $5 billion abroad, moving money out, filtering it through family. Fantastical leap in wealth. Al-Bussi began his career with a salary of 700 to about $1,000 from a satellite channel, and today he owns a fortune estimated at over $3 billion, while his official salary does not exceed 20 grand a month. I'm changing math here for you folks. It's actually 18 something. How do you explain this transformation? They are going after all the funds. Part of what they have found with Bassent's economic fury against Iranian factions going through banking, they found a lot of fraud in Iraq, not going to Iran, but fraud nonetheless that needed cleaned up. This one has been very interesting to watch because they are cleaning out the old fraud. They're cleaning house. There was another good one in here. Hopefully I can find this other. Give me a minute, guys. There was a good piece on some changes going on in the party system. That was it. On the moving balances, where they were talking about, I totally misquoted on this story from a different story. Let's go back to this one. Parliament's facing moving balance. The national statement raises a ceiling of political pressure. What does that mean? The announcement of the birth of the National Manifesto Alliance marks a new turning point in the Iraqi parliamentary scene. It reflects the escalating political boil within the traditional alliance and reveals the beginning of a new wave of repositioning amongst the parliamentary forces. A lot of the younger voices and the more people's first voices after this last election, watching the infighting between Maliki and Soudani, etc., they're opting out of the parties they were in. They're like, it's time for us to start an Iraq first party, one that puts economic development and our youth to work, one that helps privatize business so we're all not dependent upon the government. Really cool. So we've got it's kind of like the MAGA movement started. You have these people with more vision saying, why is it this way? Why are we still dealing with corrupt? Why are we still dealing with Shiite this, Sunni this? Can we just leave all that behind and go, let's focus on common sense infrastructure, sound money and spending, and let's put the people first. This one was a big one. I was so excited when I read this article because it gave me great hope for people around the world waking up. We're seeing it in Iraq, seeing it in the US, we're seeing it in the UK. We're starting to see it all over the globe. So I really enjoyed that one. Now, where do we want to go? Foreign central banks dumping U.S. treasuries. Money Metals, Mahari did this piece. A lot of talk about whether the Federal Reserve should raise interest rates, but in fact, the market is hiking rates with or without the central bank cooperation. Treasury yields have crept relentlessly higher over the last several months, signaling significant stress in the bond market. I told you guys yesterday, we are seeing a historic in trying to remember just how many countries right now, for the big ones, US, UK, France, Japan. We are seeing either record levels or near record levels highs. What does that mean? It makes the debt untenable. They can't touch it. They can't meet the debt requirements. What happens then? Either print, save the bonds, and let inflation run rampant, or you crack down on it, preserve the currency and the people. So your choice comes down to the people or the government. We know how this is going to go. They always pick the government. Or do they? Is this where we get our reset? I like this last one. The Fed has a choice. It can fight the inflation dragon or it can surrender to inflation and prop up the bond market. It can't do both. History tells us the Fed will pick inflation. You should prepare accordingly. The more I watch Miss Kalinda, the more I watch regular economist. The more I watch Lynette Zhang or Miss Fritz, the more I'm convinced we need to be prepared for this. Birthday alert, Alley Cat. Shandy Nicole, SNO, is 20 today. Woo. 20 today. Happy birthday. That's exciting. Of course, I have to figure out how to surprise my sister and still get into the birthday wishes before she hears them. That's the way that one works. I'm with you. I'm with you, Patriot. Our whole deficit's absolutely fraud, spending, and theft. I'll completely agree. Jeannie says maybe when the U.S. debt clock reaches 40T, it'll happen. When do you guys think? Is there a breaking part? We've already, in my opinion, we've already hit it. We're just watching it play out. I have not seen any of these stories, but this is, guys, talk about these things in chat. I don't want to lead to any unreasoned fear or any fear mongering, but at the same time, avoiding these conversations because we're worried that may cause fear. These are conversations we need to be having when you see these things going on the market because they're important. They affect our everyday life. They affect your friends in here, your family at home. 72Z Super Sport. I've been seeing many stories on a coming motor oil shortage. If you need an oil change, maybe get it done soon. Or if you can afford, go ahead and get some oil stocked up. You'll use it. Or at least I would. My life. I'm a car guy. See the Salamander 38-year anniversary yesterday. 39 years dating still tomorrow. Isn't that awesome? I love hearing you guys' stories. Jason's 47th. I remember the good old days back when I was that young. When did that change? Whew. All right, let's see. Huntington Bay. I'm reading some of you guys' comments. My birthday is Sunday, V. Reed. Let's hurry and finish this thing. It's time to get to Mr. C quickly today. Rubio. ICE arrests the sister of Cuban regime-linked executive. The Secretary of State said on X that he terminated Addie Morera's permanent resident status. She will remain in ICE custody pending removal proceedings. I feel bad for the lady and the family. At the same time, you have so many of these corrupt officials from these areas. Cuba's one of them, where they filter money out of the island. They live in luxury while all the people suffer. And then they send money to their families that they help get to the U.S. That's really not fair to the Cuban people. So the pressure is broadening and widening. We can debate the implications. Is it right? Is it wrong? It's effective. And that is the approach they are taking. This is like a personal mission for Rubio, it appears, to bring freedom somehow, some way to the Cuban people. I just pray that they don't have to suffer too much upon the way. I want them to be free. Beautiful island. Plus, I want to go vacation there. Jackie's birthday tomorrow. Let's celebrate. Oh, Jack. I'm reading a few of these. Let's see. AKA Blues Dog just got back from Virginia Beach. Her son was on the USS Bainbridge with the Gerald Ford Strike Group on the 16th at Norfolk. 326-day deployment. Thank him for us. Blues Dog, thank you for your service. Real Dobie, I do like seafood. Love it. More fish oil is also, a lot of it is. That is part of what's important. The native pass comes from, I believe it's like all of it within like 73 miles or so of Antarctica. Cleanest oceans on the planet. White Wolf, you just keep kicking, brother. Please remember, it is Memorial Day weekend. Please remember, military gave up their lives for the country and all civilians. That's a good reminder, guys. Memorial Day is, I mean, we always want to remember those that have served, those are still with us, those are serving and active, but this one is even more special. Memorial Day is for those that paid the ultimate sacrifice. The ones that went down and signed up and you said, I'm just going to go join the military and do my duty. Then they were asked to pay the ultimate price with their lives, and their families paid that price along with them. That's what we need to remember in this one. This one to me is more poignant, more special than a lot of the others. And that's not me saying that they're not important when we celebrate other holidays for active service, those that have served, etc. This one to me is extra special. This, from a history side, to me, this is kind of like Easter for the military. This is for the ones that paid that sacrifice. It's important. It is to me. I hope it is to you all as well. I cannot go to Memorial Day services. I cry too much thinking about what they paid. All gave some gave all. Linda had their 60th on May. That is an awesome achievement. Real Dobby said, remembering my uncles who gave it all in World War II. Living life for me this weekend's about remembering all those that lost in the fight for freedom, not about grilling and having a good time. Wait, did Derek's father pass? Derek, buddy, I need to reach out. Send you condolences. Thank you, Miss Rachel. All right, folks. Yeah, I'm not crying. You're crying. We talked about that one. Let's hurry and get the last one or two in from Mr. C. DOG charges $15 and $90 million Minnesota fraud scheme. Some of these prosecutions started 2 years ago. Some of them are post Nick Shirley, and they are just getting started. This is the beginning of our work in Minnesota, says Colin McDonald, Assistant Attorney General for the National Fraud Enforcement Division. Criminal charges have been filed against 15 accused fraudsters in Minnesota involving more than $90 million in taxpayer dollars. Federal officials announced May 21st. There's another one coming for 200 and some million. It has started. Everybody keeps saying, when are we going to start getting arrests? When are we going to start getting arrests? We are getting arrests. That one had me pretty excited. We keep screaming, and we're finally starting to see promises being kept. Not made, kept. Great again. I just got a hoot and a kick and a little bit of a hootenanny out of this one. Great again. Blue-haired liberal seen enjoying beautifully restored D.C. Park fountain. Just weeks ago, Meridian Hill Park, also known as Malcolm X Park, stood as a graffiti-scarred reminder of neglect, overrun by vagrants, trash, decay, needles, you name it. Today, its iconic 13-basin cascading fountain flows powerfully once more, drawing families, dog walkers, and even those with blue hair who once might have sneered at such efforts. Just a feel-good piece as they interview the people. They show the work, what it looked like before, what it looked like after, the ongoing work to restore the Capitol before the 250th anniversary or birthday. I get to sing to it on the 4th. All the people screaming, and they're doing it for a fraction, but they're actually doing it after administration has failed. Kind of like that one. Not certain that we don't need to just bulldoze DC and start over, but hey. Right now, I'm going to be ready for Mr. C. Yes, he sure did. Derek posted the other day how his father fought the good fight and kept the fight. Man, I had no idea. Sheila, thank you for putting that one in there. Daily Word, here's a tough one. Daily Word said, I lost my son, Ben, and my cousin in service to our country. Daily Word, I don't even have the words to offer that comfort and that thanks for your son and that tough loss for you. That's why Memorial Day is so important, in my opinion. Lost a few during my service in the Philippines and the Marines. Raul, thank you. Yeah, we're going to remember all the ones that we lost. John, I thought Iran was choking on oil. Yeah, their problem is they're having to shut it in, which means it's going to take forever to crank back up. And the refineries can only handle so much. The reality is there'll be a quick blurb and then they're going to be out once everything opens back up, because they've had to shut down the pipeline and it takes months and sometimes years to get it back up and running. We knew it was coming. There's Mr. C, guys. Bear with me as I set up the microphone. Now we're ready for fun and frolics with Mr. C.
Well, good morning. I'm sorry to push the calendar here.
No, dude, you're doing great. Glad to have you on here and ready.
Super. Well, first off, happy birthday. Appreciate it very much.
Well, Jim wants to know, thank you on the birthday front. Can someone comment or mark why or why not the Clarity Act will be necessary? I don't think the Clarity Act's necessary. Mr. C, your thoughts?
No more. Nothing is really necessary at this point, except for the actual dissolution of the corporation.
That's kind of my take. Why do we need all these laws to be passed by the corporation if we're supposed to become, if Nasser has got any bones or legs to it, why do I need that to pass? Now, I do think it's an attempt of the free market to go ahead and force this thing to go.
Well, we have a dichotomy here. We have Trump trying to stay within the quote-unquote legitimate arena and trying to make sure that this is done, the change is done more or less in a democratic manner. But on the other side, we have the financial side, who is pushing the envelope very hard, because we're out of cash, totally out of cash. So, and that's worldwide. So I see between the two combination, I think this is going to happen fairly soon.
Yeah, to me, it's like both sides are coming to the end of the rope. They can't stretch anything any further. So one way or the other, we come to a finish on this thing soon, I guess is where I'm going with that one.
I quite agree.
You're going to have to ask the question again, Mama Bear. I don't remember the question. Do you still have the question I presented Mr. C last week? You asked him to answer this week. Mama Bear, you're going to have to type it out again. Get as close as you can. Jason with a question. Are you ready for questions, or do you want to do thank yous and hellos and all that? Okay. Any thoughts on the leak of the SCOTUS decision on the IRS abolishment? I don't know about the IRS. Well, wow.
I'm not sure they can really say abolished. They can say that it's voluntary, which I have done, but abolished, I'm not sure.
Yeah, there's a lot going there. And then, of course, Trump's win, them being forced to let, boy, I tell you, this is being misconstrued big time. Oh, they're never allowed to audit Trump. No, Trump in that settlement said they're not allowed to backdate any of those audits from when they did the witch hunt. In other words, from whatever day back. Same thing that the Biden administration kind of did, like, giving themselves all pardons. Trump administration is just trying to protect itself from the same witch hunts that happened last time.
I agree.
And unfortunately, they have to. That really is kind of jacked up. When you go after legitimate fraud and you're the bad guy, you go after BS and make it up and you're the good guy.
Well, remember, they as I call them, the rats, those that are trying to destroy true democracy and the republic, are looking for any way, any angle that they can get under the skin of Americans, so that they question the reality of having the United States of America.
J.W. Fisher, Mr. C, why are the med beds being held back since their presence could help so many people with physical problems?
That's a very good question. I don't have an answer. I suspect it's because the new technology release is based upon the Gold Treaty. Once the Gold Treaty is enacted or executed, then the new technology comes out, as I've been told.
Should people read anything into banking stuff happening much faster? Monthly statements, transfers that used to take days now showing up overnight. I've had so many stories, and then people are sending me screenshots from their banking apps, how this is updating June 1st, that's updating June 1st. Do we need to read anything into this?
I just think it's an avalanche, maybe slow, maybe fast, of going toward the RV and the revaluation, as Al would call it, the global settlements, the world global settlements. But I think it's just a precursor of what's happening, what's going on.
Ilco's, that one's going to take longer to dive in. Said the other day, RV people they should be concerned, but not as much. Both sides need this reset. Both sides need gold to go up. Both sides need to cancel debt. The question is when we get paid, do we get paid in asset money and Mr. C and team win, or does Klaus Schwab and everybody win and you get central bank digital currencies? If they somehow win, you better take your exchange money and put it someplace safe and build your bunker. That's what I was getting at on that one.
I don't see that happening.
I don't either.
I don't see the rats winning on this. There's too much resistance on the people level to allow that to happen.
But what I was getting at when I said that was either way they have to reset and give credit to the assets, meaning either way, the way we're chasing it still wins. I just don't want to have to protect my money against the rats. I don't want to be wealthy in the system we have now. I mean, I'd rather be wealthy in the system we have now than broke in the system we have now, but obviously. But we've got to change the system or we have no future.
I agree.
That's my take. All right. Real Dobby, question for Mr. C. With the 2 executive orders Trump just signed on May 19th regarding the financial system, do you think that this is more of a sign that he is moving us closer to RV or NESARA?
Again, it's a precursor. I don't see it executing the gold treaty, but I think we're getting closer because of it.
Mr. C, any news on bonds from your end?
No, I'm in a vacuum. Very few people really talk to me, although it is interesting. The word in the back rooms right now is the effort that we've been trying to resolve with the pro se court cases are actually going to be dealt with on a tribunal basis after the RV happens, which is very encouraging to me.
There's so much going on behind the scenes that confuses. And so many times here lately, I've seen Trump do something or another country do something. And I'm like, that doesn't make any sense. And then 2 days later or a week later, it made perfect sense.
Yeah, that's what's unfolding behind the scene. Yeah, I find just sort of like a sideline here is that even the Promethean group does not have the true picture of what's been going on or what is going on, because we have under the radar fight going on about dominancy of currency. The rats are still trying to promote digital, and which are subject to their own rules and regulations, and the BRICS, quote unquote, Big Four, and the gold treaty signatories are still trying to get this to a gold-backed currency on a parity basis. So it's very interesting.
All right. Somebody made the comment, LK HUD said, if Trump knows the government is, I'm guessing she meant to say illegitimate, he shouldn't be pushing everything. It's fraudulent and ignorant. And I have to disagree, because you have to push the battle from every angle.
If we don't have a slow process to get to the RV, when it happens, the people are going to go berserk because they do not understand the underlying problems that we've been contending with for the last 50 years, which is really corruption and political crime, financial terrorism that's been going on behind the scenes that you don't know about. And that's why I'm writing the book. But that's the stuff that has to be brought out. And if we don't have this build up, when it happens, you're going to go bananas.
Yeah, you're gonna. I am reading some of these. I mean, there's some really great ones. People are having some fun conversations. I also listen to Will Barney, Mr. C. Do you listen to him at all? Boy, I tell you, he went from mainstream to pretty much embracing all the craziness that we're seeing.
I don't know who that is.
Yeah, some folks commenting on Brunson Brothers. Has anybody? Well, I guess that one's out today. Dr. Scott has an interview with Loy. He's going to be posting. Mr. C, have you heard anything going on with a peace deal between Ukraine and Russia? Now we're hearing Latvia, different countries maybe getting involved, maybe spiraling quickly out of control. Is this the, hey, it looks like World War III that we're supposed to be watching for?
I think that's probably the right way to look at it, because Putin has already said, give him 3 days, he'll resolve the issue with Ukraine. And I think that's dependent upon the Iranian scenario being solved. And once you do that, you take care of the narco-terrorism out of the city of London, and you got it solved.
Okay,
Here we are.
are we at an impasse? The Ayatollah says you are not taking anything that's been refined above 60%. Of course, meanwhile, they told us they weren't refining anything that way. So they're already in violation of everything they've ever signed before, and flies in the face of, hey, we're not enriching it, because they just admitted that, hey, we're not going to let you take anything that we've enriched over 60%. It's just stunning to me. Nobody's going, hey, wait a minute. You said you didn't have any. Now you're saying you do, and we can't have it.
In my opinion, there was an old saying, I'm not too old, back when I was really into this business. The Iranians right now are all hat and no cattle. They got nothing. And it's all hot air. I don't believe a word coming out of them.
This is a pretty good question Karen's got for us. Mr. C, what happens if Iran peace deal's made as well as a Ukraine-Russia peace deal? It's all wrapped up, bam, we come to a sudden agreement. But then some rogue actor like Israel decides to preemptively strike Iran. Is that going to throw it all off?
I don't see that happening. Right now, we're so close. We're in lockstep with the Israeli armed forces and the government. I don't see that happening. Think about it. If they did do that, they would destroy the Abraham Accords, which they've been fighting for since the end of World War II. So I don't see that happening.
Before I forget, Laney, thank you for that. Very kind on the birthday front. So many kind wishes today. Will the midterms affect the RV?
That's a good question. I don't think they're going to affect it. I think it's just going to enhance it. Trump is playing a very interesting game here. On the one hand, he's pushing forward with the protocols of the Gold Treaty. And on the other hand, he's pushing for solidarity and a total takeover in the midterm elections, which may happen because the Democrats are burying themselves deeper and deeper and deeper in a crazy hole that they can never get out of, and truly identifying themselves as anti-American. So I'm not sure what the midterms are going to accomplish. If anything, it'll be an endorsement of the new Republic of America.
That's what I think. I believe we will have crossed over the hump before we ever get to the midterms. God, I hope I'm not wrong on that one. Mama Bear found that question that we wanted to ask last week, and I thought it was a great one. Mr. C, has there been questions that you thought somebody would ask over the years but haven't? Like if there's something out there you're just stunned they haven't asked you yet?
Well, there's a whole bunch of those. Primarily, I find what's interesting to me, no one's really questioning the role of senior in W in the dumbing down of America. Nobody's really questioning the true origin of 9/11. No one's really questioning what the Democrats were really doing with all that money. So yeah, there's a whole bunch of things. But those are rabbit holes that I'm sure a lot of people don't want to go down. And I know that very, very, very few people have the answers. I was just talking to my wife last night about some of this, and she was very frustrated that nobody really understands this stuff. I said, well, think about it. Even the Promethean group does not understand the financial back end of what's been going on. Why? Because those who knew are either dead, extorted, or bribed to the point where they can't talk. And there's only two of us left that really do know what's been going on. That's Dana and myself. And until I put the book out, nobody's really going to know.
I'm still hoping I can get Susan and the Prometheus group to come over here and join us for a podcast sometime. I think it would just be awesome.
That would be an eye-opener. because they have the overall diagram of what took place and what is taking place, which I think is great. But financially, they're not on the same page.
I think they're headed that way, though. Some other questions. I've seen a number of people, Alex, and a couple of others ask the question, do the markets need to crash before this goes?
I don't think they need to. I think they will, only because of when the RV kicks in, the gold is released, the gold-backed currencies around the world on a parity basis, and the elimination of all derivatives and the elimination of all debt, that will cause a restructuring of all the markets. So it's an operation of law. Whether it happens before or during or after, I'm not sure.
Any news on prosperity package? I think I heard you say some time ago that they're compounding daily.
Absolutely. That's an ongoing operation. Every time we get close to release, they recalculate. So yeah, but as far as what's happening with them, I don't know. I hear rumors that they're out, but I do know that since Bill Hodges worked very hard to make sure that there was no, what shall we say, continued fraud with the use of those monies collected for the CKMX people. I don't believe anything's going to happen until I put the codes in.
Have you heard anything, or if you have, your thoughts? Judy Shelton has alluded to a gold standard coming in June a number of times.
Frankly, I haven't heard that. That's not surprising. Again, that's a preparation for the RV.
I think so too. I mean, there was an interesting piece, and a lot of people took it as, oh my God, the world's ending, and I took it as just, man, this is awesome. A piece on Iraqi television, clips, translations. It's an easy one to confirm. We shared those receipts earlier this week in a podcast where they were discussing that the person, the parliamentary member, the politician, was told very specifically that they would be going be printing new currency and going 1-to-1 with the US dollar in the next 3 months. Of course, we don't know when that started. That started a month ago, that started a day ago, a week ago, or whatever. But they made that comment. And I was like, don't panic. I still think it's going to be higher, but they have to be prepared for that parity after the exchange. I thought that was like just awesome right there. Bam, documentable on television.
I agree. The real news is right in front of us. We just don't see it.
And too many people are looking everywhere else when it's right in front of them. Can't see the forest. All the trees are in the way.
Correct.
A lot of fear now that Iran might cut internet cables in the Strait. I'm not too worried about that. A lot of people are. Are you worried about that one?
No, I'm not. Bissett has a very good handle on this through FinCEN. And I am very pleased, even though I question his background, I'm very pleased with what he's doing. He's using the weaponry that was set up for anti-money laundering to destroy the fanatics.
Yeah, I see a question. I'm surprised we don't get more often. I've heard about this golden dragon. What is this golden dragon? What is a golden dragon?
The golden dragon was one of the dragon leaders of the families in China, Taiwan in particular. It's dyed in blood for the control of all the bullion that's going to be used. Actually, that's in the Pacific Rim. It was done that way because over the decades, the banks would wheel and deal and finagle and bribe certain aspects of the Chinese hierarchies to maintain control of the precious metals that are enclosed in other places. So what the Golden Dragon came about under an agreed upon operation that I think happened in like 94, 95. Admiral Morris was over there at the time, and they agreed that one person would handle this. And the Golden Dragon did come to the States and was here for quite a while during the 2005, 2008, 2010 era to straighten out the debt ratio of payment from the U.S. back to the Chinese for various, including the historical bonds, which never occurred. So at that point, the Golden Dragon then began the Monaco agreements, which led to the Gold Treaty Agreement of March 21, 2013.
Buddy, you know there's lots of lies on television. God knows I see them all the time. I put on mainstream. Mr. C, your thoughts on all these data centers? Do we all need to be afraid and jumping off a cliff?
I'm not sure. Well, on the one hand, I'm not afraid of them because Trump, being very, very smart as he is, has decided to allow these people, these companies, to create their own electrical generation, which means they're mini nuclear fusion reactors, which I think is fantastic. Instead of the United States expending tremendous amounts of money, in the trillions, to enhance our infrastructure, they're allowing these corporate entities to do it on their own. So no, I'm not afraid of them. But what the data centers will eventually do is create something that I think is going to be possibly terrible, if not really controlled.
I've seen so many interesting things on that. Thoughts, Trump sending 5,000, cutting 5,000 troops in Germany and sending 5,000 troops to be stationed in Poland?
Well, I question that. I think the basic thing was the 5,000 rotation, which we normally have with NATO countries, a rotation of personnel, so they're not stationed forever in Europe. We have a 2 or 3 or 4 year rotation term, just like being at sea with the Navy. You're at sea for 2 or 4 years, then come back ashore. Same thing there. I don't think at this point he's cutting troops from NATO yet.
No, he's not. He's repositioning them to punish Germany for being lippy and reward Poland for being easier to work with, is exactly what he's doing. All right. Going to circle back to your data centers for a moment. There have been a number of pieces done from Zero Hedge. I'm trying to think of some of the other ones that have done pieces on this in the last just 2 or 3 days after doing a deep dive, because a lot of money is going into this. Hate data centers, whipped up. I mean, they're even coming out with pre-printed like Riot Ink style signs. And then lo and behold, we find out Soros is fueling the opposition to Texas data center expansion. According to a report, new investigation has connected Wall Street billionaire Democrat megadonor George Soros to a national progressive network of activist groups opposing data centers expansion in Texas. Of course, some other areas calling for a week of action as they are attempting to keep the data centers from happening. Is that enough for us to say, wait a minute, are we all out there? Are we useful idiots for Soros when we're screaming, don't make them? Are we smarter to say, don't make them here? Let's have a talk about what makes sense.
I think it's expected. Remember what the rats are trying to do. They want to de-industrialize the world so they can control us as dumb people, animals, or anything else. Soros is about to make sure that we cannot increase the level of generation of electricity in our infrastructure. In other words, he wants to destroy America. Do I agree with that? No way. I think Soros should be taken out and hung, but that's just my personal opinion. I think this whole corporation should be dissolved. The money should be donated to the world, to the unfed. I think Soros should be hung forever, his head on a spike, because he is the remnants of the DVD/Nazis of World War II that want to see the destruction of America. I get very upset about this guy. He should have been dealt with a long time ago, but he has been there, encouraged by rats. They paid, in fact, a lot of the Democratic money that has been funneled offshore from legislation has gone to Soros in his activities to destroy America. That's why I think the Insurrection Act should be enacted.
Some people saying, oh, it's not about the power, it's about the water. No, I get what you're saying. That's what I was saying. We need to have a conversation about where it makes sense to do it. Is it an area that has the infrastructure to do it? Is it going to take away from anybody else's infrastructure? The need to go there is still there. You guys can fight it. You can jump right in the way of progress. Another country is going to go there. And when they have the jobs and we don't, just, ask yourself, were you thinking clearly and properly?
Look at our electrical system right now. It is almost 100 years old.
No, it's a mess.
And it's absolutely a mess. It's hodgepodge. When they denuclearized the U.S. Electrical grid, they took that capacity away. And Trump has found another way to do it without actual legislation, which I think is fantastic as a go-around. So do we need them? Absolutely we need them. We need that power to be able to make sure nobody else has the genesis of the AI offshore, so that they can cram it down our throats.
It's a combination of that. It's manufacturing. I mean, it's us saying, hey, we want to keep building cars one at a time by hand instead of using, modern technology to make it cheaper and faster. We're standing in the way. But I totally agree that some of the areas they want to put them in make no sense. I totally agree that we don't need to stress our infrastructure. We need to think logically and rationally and go, this is where it makes sense. This is not where it makes sense. Get rid of every freaking almond farm in California that makes no sense. You think about the water, what it costs to support that. It makes no sense. You could put a data center there, go through a fraction of the water and make exponentially more money for the region.
There's a question. I'm sorry, Mark. There's a question from Fidel Castro with regard to Fulford. And I agree. Fulford has gone off the deep end, but he's always been there. He attacked us. He attacked Chris Story many years ago. And that is because he's bought and paid for by the Thoros operation. Whether he likes it or not, he really is someone that you need to avoid. I plan on putting him totally out of business when I get paid, but that's up to the RV. But essentially, I think Interpol has loosened the chains on him to let people see just how idiotic he really is.
Yeah, that one, guys, you're welcome to have any opinion you want on the data centers. I think we need them, but we need to think through the how. How do we cool them? Where do we put them? How do we power them? We need to be more thoughtful. Could data centers be built offshore like oil rigs? Rashane, see, you're getting it. Absolutely. Elon Musk doesn't think we should put them all over the earth. He thinks we should put them all in space where they can use solar energy, where there's no atmosphere to get in the way, and you don't have to stress the grid. You don't have to come up with all kinds of extra water. It's initially more expensive, but cheaper long term. Yeah.
I have a question for everybody. Excuse me, Mark.
Go ahead.
Anybody ever heard of the movie called Colossus? One must be very careful.
I've not heard of this. How recent is it, Mr. C?
Oh, that's back in the 70s and 80s.
Oh.
About the system put together by scientists that had AI inside computers. Two major computers to link up and take over control of the world, which is possible, by the way, because look at our transportation. Every new car has a kill switch in it. Every system, even the computers have kill switches in it.
Hey, if you guys want to know who to blame, you can go back to Nancy Pelosi as Speaker of the House when they passed that bill.
Yep, I agree.
Yeah, but they did. I mean, they mandated, they put kill switches on all your new cars. What was it, like starting in 2024, I think it was? Just quietly slid it in there. Nobody screaming. I screamed on the podcast. Very few screamed with me.
I think it's such a foreign thought in our heads that something unseen can actually control us. But that is the insidiousness of what the rats are trying to do. They want to take those innocuous areas when we don't think about it and use it as weaponry against us.
Mama Bear, funny how climate change narrative has stopped now. It's bring on the data centers. It's like, oh my God. Yeah, it's always a new fear.
Yep.
And
that's what they live on.
AI is something that we need to be scared of. At the same time, it doesn't mean that we need to not embrace it. Boy, that's a tough one. We got some tough things in front of us, Mr. C.
There you go. Colossus, the Foreman Project. That's the name of the movie. I urge everyone to watch it.
Yeah, I've got to find where that is. You got me.
Amazon.
There you go, Scott and Mr. C. Thank you. I'm writing Mr. C. So if you see anything, just jump in.
It's, there's so much to say. There's, it's trying to stay relevant. That's the biggest problem.
Man, where did time go today? I had no idea we were this far, and I thought we were like maybe 10 minutes in.
It's enjoyable when you're talking about real rabbit holes.
It really is. Mom would like, just give me the old tech. I like a lot of that old analog tech myself. I think we really need to figure out, where does tech fit in our lives? Where does it benefit? And where does it take away from our lives?
We have to make sure we can control our lives. And if we give up that control, Ben Franklin was correct. If you give up control for safety, you've lost your freedom, period.
That's a good question. I wonder how easy it is to disable the software, the kill switches, etc. It
is available on YouTube, especially for cars.
Yeah, I would imagine it is. I've just never taken a deep dive. There's some really great EMP protectors for even modern cars. A few $100 a vehicle. The U.S. military has started installing them on a lot of their vehicles.
Yes.
Yeah, I would definitely. That's something to look at. How do we kill that? Caprion, I believe a kill switch is also in the car payments being made. Yeah, it is. They just gonna take your car.
I agree.
Jerome, you lost your freedom by giving up your money in taxes. They are looking at a record non-filing year. You've got more and more people. You've got more and more big names releasing videos and conversations and whistleblowers talking about how no, and then we get into all the fraud, and the people are just saying, I don't feel represented, so no taxation. Going back to the very earliest days of the American movement.
I agree.
I don't know what to say, folks, other than I agree with you, but not something I'd ever call for.
Maintain gun vigilance and be aware.
Yep. All right, Mr. C, anything you want to mention in closing before we get to spend some fun time with Matt and Lucas?
Sure. I'd like to say thank you to Lyman. I appreciate it very, very much. Also, I'd like to say God bless America and our veterans and our active duty personnel on this Memorial Day weekend. It's a tough one, but it's well worth it.
Yep.
Again, thank you very much for the opportunity to get on my soapbox and talk about things that are relevant, I hope, and to answer questions. I do hope this happens very soon. It would be nice. But in the meantime, I shall see you next week.
Take care.
Take care. Bye.
Wow, that one just flew by. We even got him in good time today. Some of the areas, Barbie, and a lot of them, they don't. And that needs to be one of the requirements. If a data center comes to an area, it needs to not affect their infrastructure. It needs to improve it. For instance, you could put them closer to the ocean, or you could do them if they're going to have their own really cool tech coming out on the micro reactors for nuclear energy and energy. Some really cool tech coming out. Then they could force those same data centers to give discounted electricity to the area. They could force them to go near the coast for desalination. So then they would be giving clean water to the local areas. There's ways to do it. We just have to think. I'm going to spend some fun time with Matt and crew after we sing happy birthday to Jax, Casey and Quinn, the twins, Shandy, Jason, Jack, my sister, Stacy. Oh, wait a minute. Live coverage. Donald Trump hosts swearing-in ceremony for Kevin Warsh to be the new Federal Reserve Chair at 11 a.m. on Newsmax. Man, they're trying to get in the way of Matt and I. So they tell me it's your birthday. Well, happy birthday, darling. May you live, may you love, may all your dreams come true. Happy birthday, happy birthday, happy birthday to you. To all those celebrating. Lady Hawk data centers are reported to be destroying water. depending on the design. There's multiple designs. Some of them do need to be feared, but keep in mind, Soros is spending tens of millions of dollars to get you to hate them. Anytime he does that, it makes me question whether I need him.
Good morning, Mark.
Good morning, Matt. What do you know good? Are you ready for a big Memorial weekend?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. You get together with family, it'll be fun, and yeah, it'll be great. You know, and yeah, yeah. I always used to get. I'd always, yeah. What is it? What the hell is races? Is it what's races on Memorial Day? Is that the Indy 500, right?
Oh no, that's the what Coca-Cola 600 I think is the big Memorial race down at least it always used to be in Charlotte for Memorial weekend.
Oh, okay, okay. Yeah, I thought.
Yeah, any of you NASCAR fans out there, can you tell me that used to be the big one? Because I used to go every year on my birthday. Well, the closest weekend to my birthday every year.
Yeah, I just remember listening to race all the time on Memorial Day. We'd be doing some work around the house and painting the house and everything else and whatever. But yeah, yeah, it's a great day. You know, be a family picnicking. That'll be cool. You know.
I know I'm probably just going to work this weekend. That's what I've been doing the last few weekends. You want to tell us while we're waiting for that Lucas guy to show up, you want to tell us how to get it? Oh, wait a minute. Daggone it, Matt. That Lucas guy's been hiding in the background. I didn't even see him. He came in like one of those like ninjas. Like so quiet, I couldn't even tell he was here.
I felt you guys you didn't want me to be a part of today.
I'm not convinced that you're not like some kind of like crazed CBD ninja at this point, though.
I would watch out if I were you.
That's what I'm worried about. And I think Matt, all I'm going to say is, Matt, we got to be careful what we say. He's listening and he's sneaky.
Yeah. Lucas, he is sneaky, real sneaky.
Hey, Lucas, you want to squeeze in an extra mushroom podcast one evening this week? I had so much fun with Jonathan doing an evening one just on health, nothing RV related yesterday that I was inspired to see if I could talk you into one.
Let's do it.
Let's do it. We'll talk on that one, maybe Thursday or something.
Yep, just let me know when you want to do it.
Yeah, no, I think that's a good one. I don't know. Do we want to invite Matt or do we just want him to come by and listen while you're
how about if I'll just listen? That'll be cool. You guys are the mushroom experts, so you know.
Matt, you just need to come in and heckle, like get popcorn and throw it at Lucas and I while we're trying to do it.
Yeah, I'll be in the chat just throwing zingers at you. We'll get Lucas to talk about bonds too or something. Sorry, Lucas. Yeah, he's gonna kill me, Mark. So
I'll just leave. Bye-bye.
But no, don't go yet.
Oh, come on, Lucas.
I'm fragile like a boss.
Yep, that's right. Big boss man.
Yeah, I don't think you two realize how much I look forward to Fridays with you all to close out my week.
Yeah, it is fun for sure. Yeah, if Lucas is let's see, remember the Big Boss Man, the wrestler? That's the way Lucas says you guys when he's walking around. He's got a billy club and hits people.
The enforcer.
Lucas is like, what the hell is he talking about?
What in the world?
He doesn't know. Sorry. Okay, here we go. Hey, I'm going to tell you guys how to get in the site. All right. And, then we can just go wild on the questions. But so you guys, if you want to get into the site, the CBD Gurus, THECBDGURUS.com. And then when you're in the site, you get into the, you'll hit the wholesale button on the top and hit MarkZ Wholesale. And then when you're in there and the MarkZ Wholesale, a square might pop up. And if you need the square, you get into lowercase KRAM CBD. And so, yeah, just give her a shot there and put that in, and then you're all set. And then you're in the site and you'll be in the specials area. And we started a new special day at 9:30 and use code MAY20 for 20% off the whole order, no matter what size it is. And then at excuse me, at $50, not including shipping and discounts, you get one free 12-ounce coffee concentrate. And at $100, you get a 25-ounce double size free coffee concentrate or free lotion. You'll have your pick at the end, you guys. So just give it it'll be the guru's choice on all that stuff, you know, whatever scent it is. And then if you need help placing your order, 612-412-8343. And if you order anything that melts, just remember, when you get it at your place, put it in the freezer or the refrigerator, okay? And so it'll firm back up and then you can eat it. Otherwise, you know, it's starting to get hot this time of year. And let's look at the specials here. Okay, so the first special will be four pack of 10 milligram THC cans. And those are sparkling water, and you get your choice of Boulevard, Dong, or Dinar. So you get to take a pick there, okay? And if you like that stuff, stock up, okay? And then let's see, you got the big chugs, 4-pack of those for $35. You get Boulevard, Dong, or Dinar, and same thing. You get your choice of those 3 or whatever. So when you get in there, plus you get the choice of the 2 flavors. And if you guys like them, just order up because I do got a guy coming in. I think was it Monday? He's got a festival and he's gonna kind of wipe me out. So if you like this stuff, make sure you order by Sunday because he's coming in to buy some for a big festival over in Wisconsin. So I don't know how much he's gonna get, but he'll get a lot. But anyway, so don't take a chance. I mean, because if he wants them, I'm gonna give them to him. Then I got to reorder real quick. Because anyways, just saying that on the drinks, okay? If you want them, get them this weekend, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Okay.
I wish I had like them in my cooler ready for the Memorial weekend.
Yeah, I do got some in the fridge for sure.
Nice.
And then yeah, we were oh man, you know what? I had some guys over, man. They just loved the cubes on it was Wednesday night. Yeah. Wednesday night? Yeah, Wednesday night. Yeah.
And Lucas has little kids at home. He can't probably even keep the products at home.
Is that right?
No, I don't. It's just not, you know, it's not, you know, it's just one of those things where the risk isn't worth the reward.
No, yeah, no, I get that. I mean, that's one of the good things about, I guess, getting older and the kids growing up. You can have a big chug in your fridge.
Yeah. Well, yeah, once in a while I have kids over here, you know, but I warn them. I say, don't take anything. And I give them their own bags of candy and everything.
There you
regular candy, you know, and they all pretty much understand, you know, they've been warned for a long time. So anyways, let's get back to the specials here. We got the 20 count or 30 count gummies, 5 milligram Delta 9, and those are $25. We got the concentrates, $9. We got the turkey tail capsules. We've got the 5 matrix capsules. We got the 5 matrix with turmeric and pepper. We got the lion's mane capsules. We got the 250 count 1 milligram sugarless gummies, and it doesn't even say that on there. Isn't that something? But they are sugarless. And then there's the big chug again. That's snuck in there again. 4 of those for 35. And those have 55 milligrams THC in them, you guys. And remember, what I do with those, I put them in the ice tray, you know, and I actually dilute them with 16 more ounces of water. So I got a bunch of ice cubes all the time. You know, I just put in stuff at night, especially this time of year when I'm relaxing on the deck, eating and just having people over. Yep. Or not having people over. I can get along with myself once in a while. But anyways.
I think they should change the name of the big chug to the big thunk, because if you drink it all, it's like thunk, and you're gonna sleep a big nap or something.
Yeah, just remember that. You guys.
Yeah, it's very, very small amounts. You do not want to drink a lot of that.
Yeah, you do not want to drink your whole big chug because you will be chugged out.
You know what? I don't even drink them like that. I just put them in the ice tray, you know. It really works great. And That's the only way I do it. In fact, yeah, we never really have it sitting there like that where you can just, no, it's not, that's too much. But anyways, okay. So anyways, then we got the 14,000 super full spectrum. I got to be able to read that. Super full spectrum oil. With that's a lot of CBD, a lot of THC
That's
in
a
there.
lot.
Yep. And so, some people that last them kind of a long time. We got the K2D3 gummies. We got the Miracle Gold gummies, broad spectrum gummies, Delta 8 gummies. That's a great product. Energy gummies, the superfood probiotic gummies. Ooh, that's become Kevin's favorite now. The only reason I said that is because he just, I don't know. He comes out and anyways, it's good for him. It's keeping him healthy. That's good. I like that, but I told him it's not a candy. He was like me at first, he was taking like 4 of them and I said, slow her down, just take one. Okay. So now ACV gummies, we got the mushroom 60 count gummies. We got lion's mane gummies, the lotion. We got the 10 count, 10 milligram. Those are a hit. We've got the hard candy. Those are a super hit. We like that for your throat.
I still haven't tried those. I need to try those.
And then we've got the orange 10 count gummies, 5 milligram. We got the lemon. We've got the orange. We got the strawberry. We got the pineapple. And I think we even got some grape there still in stock right now. So, and we got other things, you guys. And just go up there and look at the tabs if you need something else, some soaps, some bath bombs, just all kinds of stuff up there. And the other Excite chocolates. Let's see what else is in there. 7,000 broad spectrum oil, full spectrum oil. And that's all the specials, you guys.
Yeah, I was gonna say those buttons, guys. Things aren't always in the special list, but they're in those buttons. You'll find they're like, hey, when are you gonna get that back? 99% of the time, they already have it. It's just in the buttons.
Yep, it's all in there. And how'd they do, Lucas?
I couldn't have done it better myself.
I know. I'm just kidding. No, you could. You're better.
You're just on fire today.
No, I'm not on fire. I want some energy from you. I want you to go wild. Lucas gone wild, like spring break.
Oh boy, I don't been there, done that. I don't know if you want that. I'll tell you that right now.
I'm kind of picturing it. I think that's what we need to do one year, Matt and Lucas. We need to go down to like Panama for like the college or whatever the spring break.
Oh yeah.
He's not too far from there. That'd be perfect. I'll go for sure. And
I can just imagine that craziness. I mean, the kids would probably have a lot of fun with us, though.
Oh, 100%.
Yeah.
But of course, they're not going to outfun us. That's the bigger key.
No.
All these young kids thinking they're like, you guys don't know. Oh, please.
Oh, that's just
you
it.
have no idea.
The problem is they're right, but we won't let them know they're right.
Oh, 100%.
Our pride won't let us do it.
Yep.
Oh. We'll be holding each other up, prodding each other. Come on, Matt. Keep your eyes open, Matt. We can do this. Matt will be there prodding. Come on, Mark. Well, one more step. Oh, wait a minute.
Well, I mean,
guys, we got
people, they do get a little tired. Matt gets a little tired at nighttime. So he may I mean, so that's the thing. We know how to party till about 6 p.m.
Yeah, we're the best.
And then after 6 p.m., that's a little bit of a coin flip.
Yeah, that's true about 6 p.m., but I mean, I can go longer than that. I just am tired the next day, and man, that's the wildest thing. As you grow older, you'd go out all night, and then all of a sudden it's, you'd leave the bar early before closing, and then all of a sudden, I went to visit my buddy in Scottsdale, and they were clearing out of the place at like 7 at night, and I'm just going, good God, and I mean, that's all right, but it's the way it is. But I'd have to train for spring break. I really do. We're gonna do that. I got to train for that.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm gonna need some kind of exoskeleton to take me around to keep me up, and maybe one for my eyes to keep opening them so people think I'm awake.
You know, we were talking about spring break. I think it was 2 nights ago. Yeah, and what happened the first time I was ever there? I fell asleep on top of this big Winnebago on I suppose about 5 in the morning, and laying on one side till about 1 in the afternoon, and it was kind of funny. My whole side got sunburned, and then my buddy, he was laying on his other side, so his other side got sunburned. And I got down from there, but then all of a sudden they go, "Hey, where's Jim?" And that was at about 3 o'clock. And I go, "Oh my God, he's still up there." He was still laying there sleeping on one side. Oh man, we were so red. It was unbelievable. It really was. But anyways, I guess it wasn't as bad as when I was at Lake Tahoe last year, or no, that was it. Yeah, that was last year. I can't even remember now. I was just
Yeah,
reminded.
do they celebrate like spring break and stuff at like Lake Tahoe, or is that like in the eastern states? You either went to Panama, you either went to Fort Lauderdale or Myrtle Beach, and that was it. Those those were your choices.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
And when I was,
you're right.
where'd you go, Locus? Locus?
Well,
I mean,
we
Lucas.
always went to Panama City. The only other place we went was, and it was a special treat. Is as a family, collectively there'd be like 40 of us, and we'd get 2 houses on Duck Island in North Carolina.
Oh, down at Duck, that's nice.
Yeah, that we didn't do that, but maybe once every 4 years. But I'll tell you what, that was it. That was the best.
Well, I tell you another unsung place that is so much fun in North Carolina is a place called Topsail Island. If you've ever had the chance, because it's oceanfront, and on the backside of it is the intercoastal, so it's kind of like its own, kind of like an island. It's great. I see
think I'm
people
gonna
in
go
there.
on tour for a year and just go places.
Oh, it'd be fun. There you go.
Should I give a report from everywhere?
You should. Yeah, follow Matt. What would we call that? The gummy traveler. We have to come up with a good nickname for Matt. Uncle Matt's Travels.
Oh, Lucas, would that be all right, Lucas? Would you approve of that if I just called in on every show where I'm at?
Yes.
Amy and Kevin are looking forward to running the business while you're gone.
Yep. Was it last Friday after the show? I was at, there was a group of, no, I don't know if they're Amish or what's the other group? Mennonites. Yeah, there was about 40 of them walking right down the street, right next to the warehouse. And,
I look at the Mennonites like the Amish with cell phones.
Yeah. Yeah, they were they had to be Mennonites because they were like a little bit more modern. But, all I could think of was you guys. No, I don't know. No, I'm just kidding. I was thinking of Lucas because I think he grew up in the heart of Amish land.
Yeah, you had some Amish around you in Kentucky, didn't you? Or in Indiana? Wait, it was Kentucky.
Yeah, Indiana.
Indiana, that's right. Indiana.
Yeah, we had a ton of Amish there. We did a lot of swap meets and stuff as kids, and oh my gosh, the best thing, we go to these swap meets, and there was one of the Amish families. They made a bunch of different cookies and stuff, and they made this oatmeal cream pie that was, oh my gosh, it was,
I know
probably
of what you speak.
It was, I mean, you could barely put your mouth around it. It was so huge. And this was the best homemade oatmeal cream pie I've ever, like, I looked forward, looking back, I'm like, man, every time I'd go, it's like I wouldn't eat because I knew I was going to pound 4,000 calories in this oatmeal cream sandwich. It was unbelievable.
We had these Dobbs that the local ladies would make and the Amish would make as well in Western Pennsylvania. Just so good. It's like this cream filled, like this deviled cake. Oh man, I don't know how to describe those things. They're so stinking good. I have to look them up for you. Oh man.
Yeah. No, go ahead. You know what? Talking about the Mennonites, I think it was about a month ago. I was talking to my son, and he had a buddy who, when he's not on the mission deal, he goes and lives at a Mennonite place. I didn't know you could do that part time, And I said, "You think you could get me in there if I just paid some money to go out there and hang out and just recharge and vacation?" And he said, "I think so." And I said, "Wow." I should have asked these people that were walking last Friday if if I see them walking again, I probably will, because that time of year they're always walking near there. It's like a trail deal. I think I'm just going to approach them and just say, "Hey, can I move in every now and then just to
I'm
relax?"
telling you, Amish need to have like their own hotels, their own Airbnbs where you get to go get, Amish experience light and just experience, waking up on the farm, smelling it. And it's,
Doing the work.
I would do it. Well, the whole wheelchair thing, but yeah, no,
Moving the whole house where you pick all the guys pick it up, like 100 guys, and they carry it. Have you ever seen
I've
that?
seen it. I have seen it. And
Yeah.
there's nothing like going to an Amish barn raising.
Wow, that would be Lucas. Have you ever done that? I'm serious about that. Have you ever
No.
did the walk the house deal?
No, the barn raising, never did the barn raising, but Mark, I saw a barn moving where they, there's like 150. They disconnect everything, get it, and then they go inside. This is what people don't see. They use, say ratchet straps, and they reinforce the inside, and they all pick it up. Like, I mean, you are shoulder to shoulder with other people, and they pick up this barn and they move it.
Yeah, that's kind of what Matt was talking about.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, it is crazy.
Oh, it was awesome to see.
Crazy.
Awesome.
I just figured, because you were so like a strong shot putter, they would have called you all the time. Call Lucas, put him on the front by the porch.
I didn't have a good enough beard. They're like,
Yeah,
"We're not
I
gonna
mean,
let this
otherwise
guy
Brother
in."
Lucas would have been in there.
I know.
It's just as long as after it was done, Lucas would sit in the hot tub. Don't they all have hot tubs, Lucas?
No, not that maybe unless they're natural.
Oh, I thought I heard they did.
No.
I'm just kidding around. I don't even know what I'm talking about. Just joking,
Hey,
What's that?
Are you back?
Uh-oh, he got zapped.
I think we lost Lucas.
there
There
we
he
went
is.
to a. Oh, I know. I was getting a phone call. We went to this waterfall. When was the last weekend? And took the kids on this hike, and it was a pretty intense hike for them. But they do really, really well. And so it was about a 6-hour hike in and out total. And when we got to the top, the waterfall at the bottom, when the river was running through it, there was this little area that was like perfectly shaped out like a hot tub. Like
Ooh,
this,
nice.
and obviously it wasn't hot, it was freezing cold, but we sat in it all together. And what's crazy is that on one side of it, where my youngest was, he was like, "I can't touch," and I'm like, "Oh, it's only 4 foot deep or 4.5 foot deep," and I put my foot down and I tried to go, and I couldn't, and I could feel the water sucking. I was like, "Okay, let's get," because that's the scary part, is like you get in there and you can't see because it's moving water. And if you go down in there, it could suck you all the way underground.
Yeah, pothole or something they call them.
Well, because they, there are crevices throughout the, in the cave systems, and it could suck you down. The bad part is it may not spit you out. It may just keep getting narrower, and then you just get stuck down there because, the hole at the end is only, say, 10 inches, and it lets the water out. But, a human, it won't, obviously.
Yeah, there's
suck out,
nothing
so.
scarier than a plunge pool at the bottom of a fall, because it will. The force of the water. And like you said, sometimes, especially when you see like a booming waterfall and then the pool at the bottom's only like so with a little creek running off, that water's going somewhere.
Yeah. I know.
All right, we probably should answer a question or two for everybody. Lucas, what helps with vertigo?
I wish I knew.
Yeah, I mean,
Lucas,
that
come on.
sounds like a tough one, because
No,
there's also
I'm
a number
wife
of
was
different
not.
I mean,
causes.
Matt, do the research on vertigo, because I've been there, because I had issues with vertigo, I don't know, 4 or 5 years ago. And and it's all different reasons why you have it, why you get it, dizzy spells, all that stuff. And it's all, it's not just like one thing solves it. Or even helps, right? So every person's different, every scenario is different. And it's just one of those, what's the other one that's really unexplained in a lot of different areas, Mark? I'm trying tinnitus.
Oh, tinnitus.
Oh,
Yes. That's
Yeah,
another one that we
when
understand a
people
lot and very little.
exactly. And so there's a few things, guys, out there that it's just it's really, really difficult, and it's so individual based that it's very
you got a
difficult
call again.
to
Anyway,
get something.
it's difficult. Can you hear?
Oh,
What?
yeah, we can hear you again.
Oh, okay.
Oh yeah.
We got a tough one. I keep getting this question here. Why they can't ship to Colorado? They can do it. You just got extra hoops you got to jump through. But Matt, I don't even know if you want to tackle that one or not.
No, not really. Just go ahead, Lucas. You did.
It's more about just with the laws and where they're ever changing, and everything kind of going on, especially this year. A lot of states are really cracking down. We see a massive crackdown in what's the newest state? Oregon. Oregon is the newest state with just crazy crackdowns.
In some of it,
Um,
guys, it's still legal in the state, but then the state, because they don't want to pass the legislation, they go lean on like the credit card companies and stuff to not allow electronic payment for those states for things like that. I mean, the states are playing some crazy games, and sometimes it's just not worth the headache to play with them.
I agree, and the hard part is they're strong arming.
They
It's
are
like
strong arm you.
a lot
That's
of
a great
it
example.
isn't legit.
Colorado leaned all over the credit card processing companies not to take money for any CBD products. So that basically they're putting people out of the states, but they're doing it in a real passive aggressive way. They won't even admit that's what they're doing because they don't
Well,
want the
and
competition with the state's revenue on dispensaries, et cetera. So they don't want you to get CBD. They want you to have to buy it through them where they make more money. So rather than come out and pass the law, which they'd hold them responsible for, they go quietly behind the doors and then lean on the banks to not accept payment for those products in those states. And this is happening in a number of places. And guys, I don't think you appreciate the hell Matt and Lucas go through. Just keep the doors open and keep products coming to you. You should, if you want any, you should definitely order from somebody like them because they're fighting the good fight.
we're trying to. It's not easy right now, and it's going to continue getting worse. So and that's the hardest thing. Is you guys just got to work with us and just be patient because we're dealing with this legislation that's coming down the not only that has occurred but also what is going to be coming down the pipeline here soon, and it's just not fun. It's not going to be fun for anyone.
No, and
Well,
that's guys.
I take that back. It's going to be fun for the people who can profit off of it and the ones that are shutting down so that they can succeed.
Yeah, the ones manipulating the rules so that they get rid of their competition. Now, that's one of those guys. There are products, CBD products out there in every convenience store, every whatever. But how many are sold by somebody that's been friends and been there with you? This is about personal relationships. That's why I think you should, if you're buying, call Matt. Or better yet, call Amy or Wendy. Matt wants to take the weekend and relax. No,
that's cool. Yeah. But hey, there's a good question right there about the liquid mushroom
Great one.
Concentrate.
Matt, what ratio would you mix the liquid mushroom coffee?
Okay. Say if you had 8 ounces, I would put at least an ounce in. And sometimes I end up putting maybe an ounce and a half, and but I'll put it in other stuff where you don't need that much. Like I'll put it in a malt or something. For sure, I only put in maybe a half an ounce or something, 3/4. Just it, sweetens it up with the coffee taste. And then like the skim milk, I put it in. I'll put no more than 3/4 of an ounce in, for just a skim milk coffee drink. Or if you put it in a blender with ice and water, you can just put an ounce in or ounce and a half. Just depends how much strong you want to make it. That's all. If you're, like I've been told by older people, they like it a little bit not as strong, So I'm guessing the younger you are sometimes, especially guys that, use the energy drinks. Sometimes they want to put in 2 ounces of that stuff in their drink, but you don't have to. I usually just put a little bit over an ounce or under. Let's see. That's about it. Like this morning, I had my regular coffee. And then what I did is I put in Maybe a third of an ounce just for flavor, just to sweeten it up with the concentrate. But sometimes I put in more, But this morning I just didn't want to overdo it because it's Friday and I just want to feel. I got to make sure that I'm even keeled today because I'll be on the phone later with Lucas, and I just don't want to flip out. No, I'm just kidding.
Matt's over there, guys. He's sitting cross-legged on the floor with his hands like this, going, serenity now,
No, we get along really good. I'm surprised how good we get along sometimes, but because I'm not probably the easiest guy to get along with.
I almost feel like it sometimes, Mark, when him and I talk, that we're like the same age. It's weird though, isn't it though?
You know what? That is true. I don't. But you know what it is? My mind. I should have the mind that's kind of losing it. I used to get knocked out all the time as a kid, but it truly is all the mushrooms and all this CBD and THC stuff I take. It's just.
Yeah, I mean, Matt. Even since I've known you, of course, we went through that absolute terrifying one during COVID where we where that one was just tough.
Yeah.
But your overall health and everything is so much better since I first met you when you were just starting this company. You started adding mushrooms and ACV and so many other health related products on top of the CBD. It's been a very marked change.
Yeah, and the nerve damage I had up until I would say 2 years ago, that's all gone. I mean, it really is, and it's just amazing because all I do is take all this stuff, but it all fits together. And a lot of people get on a regiment, where the same thing every day. I specifically don't do that. I try to take certain things, as a base and everything, but I just know about that where I've always thought, and I've kind of read about it, where like if whatever you take and you overdo it, not overdo it, but take a lot of it, your body actually it's kind of rejects it in a way. Maybe you guys know more about that than me. And then you gotta, like the THC, you just gotta lay off it for a little bit, and then it'll be more effective. I don't know. Is the CBD that way too, Lucas? I'm not sure. Or Mark, do you know about that, Lucas?
No.
Okay.
Yeah,
I don't. I don't know.
It's just the THC that, see, if you take it and you can just start taking more and more and more, and then if you want to take less again, you just lay off it for a certain time.
Oh no, I have heard that one. Yeah, and that works because I've done that too. I switch up. I found that like if I've been using too much deltates, then I'll switch to a 9 for sleep for a while and not have any 8, and then suddenly the 8s work again. Where bam, they put you down like somebody just flipped the light switch off and cut the power breakers like dunk.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Yeah, that kind of thing.
No, that has worked well for me. So that's my personal testimony on that front.
But no, I feel great. I feel really good. My brain feels really good too. And the thing I think that would help it more is if I probably exercised a lot more, and I'm going to really get into that now too, because I'm going to start training for the Senior Olympics. Lucas is going to show me how to shot put.
That'd be great. All right. Harp and Song taking on the vinegar gummy, the ACV gummies. Is there a limit? Only take one? Any suggestions? How many per day?
Oh no. I mean, you're probably only limiting factor is the amount of, pectin and everything else you want to ingest. But like, I mean, normally, I mean, on the apple side of vinegar gummies, I mean, we tell people, 2 to 5. Matt eats like 10 a day.
No,
geez, don't even get into the probiotic ones and Kevin. It's like,
oh boy,
10 jars?
Yeah, he's going to need an intervention from you, Lucas, on the probiotic consumption.
He's only supposed to take 2 to 3 a day, max.
Well, yeah, I know.
It has too many of the other because not all the vitamin and minerals are water soluble. So, or fat, so some of them, like, with B12, right? You could take a little bit more of that. And why they do have more, because your body is able to, get rid of it, pee out what you don't use. But some of those can build up and create toxicity inside of you. It's with any vitamin and mineral. You don't take over the amount that you're supposed to.
Water. You can literally kill yourself by drinking too much water.
Exactly. And the same Kevin's, I don't, that he's your project, Matt, not mine.
Hey, Matt. Matt, did you see that glowing testimonial little Firefly gave you? Matt, I spoke with you a few weeks ago. Wanted to let you know last Saturday, my hubby got to go to our grandson's commencement ceremony. He had switched to the CBD full spectrum, 14,000. Works amazing. I love those stories where people were not going out, not doing things pain, or if they were, the doctors were prescribing pain medicine that was just putting them on their butt, and they were there, but they weren't there.
Yeah. Well, that's good. I'm glad, Firefly. That was great. I'm glad to hear that. That's the best, because it's important, to get out there and go ahead.
Here's another one. Don saying, hey, Matt and Lucas, love your mushroom coffee. No caffeine jitters, no bitterness, smooth coffee. I'm just like some of these, I'm just enjoying the testimonials.
Yeah, that's good to hear. It really is.
Flying Squirrel wanted to know when they added the gummy eating contest to the Senior Olympics that you're training for.
Well, yeah. I'm not. I can't take that many of those, you guys, and that's why I do the.
He thought he could. That was one of the bets he lost.
That's why I do the big jug with the ice cube trays, and I had 16-ounce water in them, so there's 32 of them, so they come out to about 1.6, so I'll throw like 3 of them in water at night. I'm telling you, I love it. I really do. And I think my wife says I'm a better human being. I feel like I am, so, I mean, not that I was a bad human being, but it's more even keel, so, yeah. And then I just go to sleep and, but if I want to dream, see, all this stuff is different for everybody in a way. That's what I think. And so if I really want to get some messages in my dream, because let's face it, in your dream, you go into another world, I think, because it ain't the world I'm sleeping at night isn't the same as during the day, it's like, I don't know for me, I don't get certain feelings at night when I'm dreaming, man. I just roll, and I wish the day was like that sometimes. Not that I want to sleep all the time, but aren't you guys that way too? I mean, I think dreaming is one of the coolest things in life.
To me, it's interesting because like CBD products, things like that. Some people are like, well, I don't even dream. Other people are like, man, I got some of the craziest, most vivid, awesome dreams.
Yeah, but I think you know what, if you're not dreaming, right, just concentrate on it. Just think about it before you go to bed. I mean, just say, wake up, brain, let's go,
Stargate with a very important question. In the fall, will you still offer the non-THC products? Will you keep going with because you got some wonderful products.
Yeah, we'll still keep running with the non-THC products.
And hopefully
especially
the
mushroom,
change.
the coffee. I mean, that is the hope. It is we'll see what happens.
Again, I think it will, even if they do change it for a little while and then have to change it back because the public outcry is going to be extreme. But it's still going to have completely screwed the supply chain for a season.
Well, and it won't be this season, right? It'll be mostly probably next year, because all the farmers that were going to grow hemp didn't plant, and so now you have, I don't even know what the percent, but let's say 90% of the farmers are not planting because of it. So the amount of biomass in this fall is just going to be depleted.
Yeah, it is, exactly. Triumphant said, be glad to teach you the shot put and the discus too. Did it in high. So we got some other people that are willing to train you on the down low for your show off with Lucas.
We should have a gurus like a track meet. Lucas, you could put it on. You've been to enough of them. You know how to do it.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I did shot, hammer, and javelin in college. I really enjoyed it. It was my favorite.
That's just great. We've got our own Olympians here. Going to send you off to ancient Greece to compete. Some folks here, age-old question, Matt. What's your gut saying you? When are you going to be able to open those campgrounds? How much is the boulevard going for? I love the questions. Going to slide it in there.
Well,
Since you're becoming the Venezuela expert.
Well, okay. I mean, let's face it, Venezuela, when the president of the U.S. comes out and said it's the 51st state, and it kind of replaced the Canadians who thought they were going to be those provinces. I don't know where that stands right now, but it seems like they have some sort of master plan. But I have no doubt that Venezuela is turning around, kicking ass, and doing everything else. Boy, I'll tell you what, those world politics, you guys are complicated, though. There's no definitive answer on what's happening, but Venezuela is heading in the right direction.
They
I
are.
think a lot of countries are, especially in our part of the world. Maybe Canada is too. I don't know. I'm supposed to go there in a couple of weeks, and I don't know if I told my wife I just don't know if I feel safe there. Because I haven't been there in going on 11 years. We were shut out of there during the pandemic. Couldn't go there then. I wanted to go there one time. They wouldn't let me. So because I wasn't, shotted or whatever they call it, And but the thing I don't like about it is, they got some relatives and they start spouting off about Trump, and I'll flip out. I just don't want to.
Matt, there's this great bag of gummies you can get from my friend Lucas. You can call Wendy or Amy to order, and it's like this bag. It comes with 250 sugar-free 1 milligram ones.
I can't even take that up there.
Yeah, I know. I mean, the one thing that would make it bearable.
Yeah, I got so many border stories. So I've been back and forth there so many times, and we were talking about them the other night. It's unbelievable. And not that I get singled out. It's just that, when they got your girlfriends or wives, they're going through all the stuff in your car, and then they start putting all the undergarments up to the sun and everything. It's like, good Lord, And but anyways, no big deal. I love the Canadian relatives, but some of them, I mean, when they're in the U.S. here and they start spouting off about not liking Trump, I just leave the arena. I don't even put up with it. My brain can't. I just don't want that.
I had a lot of people asking for new soaps. I even started the show today. One of the first comments I saw, Matt, was like they love the soaps and the oatmeal honey one so much they were like, maybe he can just start a soap company because they love the soap so much. Then people in here, any more flavor? They really do. They love those soaps.
You know what? I'm gonna ask Lucas. Should I start a soap company, Lucas? What should we do? Huh?
Whew. Yeah, as long as you use bison milk.
Bison milk. What is it? What? Okay.
Oh yeah.
Milk.
People are big on the old bison these days.
Well, man, milk and collagen. You know what? If we were pioneers, we'd probably make soap out of bison or something for sure. Maybe.
Yeah, tallow from the fat to blind with the lye ash. You would,
Matt. If we were
They used to.
pioneers, you'd get the fever and die.
Yeah, he would have dysentery, and he'd probably be eating Susie or whatever in that one part of the Oregon Trail where he had to go.
Oh my gosh, wasn't the Oregon Trail the best?
What? Oh, it was the best game ever.
Oh my gosh, I let my kids play it because they have like old retro computer games you can let them play.
Right?
Oh, they loved it. Love it.
No, what was that? The cannibal or something? You said
Oregon Trail. I mean, I don't even know if it's like in the game part, but there was and I'm trying to remember the story, but we're stuck in a mountain pass in the snow. They end up having to eat the fellow travelers that had passed away because they were stranded for so long and snowed into the passes on the Oregon Trail.
Boy.
I'd have to go back and remember the exact name of all of them, but
yeah,
one of those Donner. Yeah, the Donner. That was it.
That was that whole snow thing. Even in Lake Tahoe, wherever it's probably similar to that. And I didn't really understand it because it snows around here, but you'd be able to survive, But in that kind of stuff, they get 40 feet of snow and stuff, and it's just that's trouble, I've When I was a kid, I used to dig holes in the snow and just kind of hide from people for hours, and I'd stay warm in there. We'd, you guys never did that? Just kidding. I know you didn't. I know you
Well,
didn't
back
do
in the
that.
day, whenever we got a big snow, we'd try our best to make our own igloos, and you would certainly, build your sides and try to make a roof that would stay up.
Yeah, and
God,
until
being a kid
it,
was so much fun.
it was, and but
Why in
it
the heck
was.
did I ever grow up? Can't wait to grow up.
You
Jeez,
know
Louise.
what?
Oh my
Yeah, being
gosh,
a
I
kid
know.
is fun. It's a ball. But I don't know. I wouldn't have been a video kid. Oh man, I can't even. I don't even want to think of myself as a video person now. Like the video game stuff. I would have been a sad sack, man. I was out all. You know what? The day would start at 7 for me, and I'd get home at about 9 at night, 10 to
Yeah, we were
the.
pretty much if there wasn't schoolwork to do, I don't think we were allowed in the house till the sun went down.
Oh man,
We weren't.
yeah. That movie Sandlot, you guys? That was my
Oh,
buddies in my neighborhood.
that's life, baby.
Exactly. It was like that. Pretty
That's
similar, except
life.
we were 3 times wilder, you know? The difference is we always, they had their pool, man. We had 3 lakes within like minutes. We'd be sitting there playing baseball and be steamed, and all of a sudden, let's go to the lake, and we'd be at the lake in 1.5 minutes from the ballpark. And we'd be jumping in there. The one ballpark, it would take 20 seconds. You just run across the street and start diving in and going crazy. And I had a great childhood. Couldn't have been any better. I wouldn't have liked the technology though. I mean, but you wouldn't have known any better.
But I
You
tell you,
know?
that was the American dream growing up that way back then, running the neighborhood with your friends. And you weren't really, you were getting into mischief, but you weren't tearing anything up. Your mischief was making a fort in the woods or,
Oh,
sneaking into the pool for a swim after they close. That was wild, man. You weren't destroying anything.
so in our woods, you would dig down about 2 feet, and you'd hit water a lot of times because it was like a peat bog.
Mm-hmm.
So we'd always dig a hole. It would be about 4 wide by about 6 long, and we'd somehow just fool our buddies to go running through there, and we'd have reeds over it, and we would just scoot around it, and they'd come running through right into the water, and the water would be about probably 2 feet deep, but that was pretty funny stuff. Good time. But the forts, yeah, we had the forts out. Those forts, they were probably the most trouble. They really were. I'm going to admit it because we had cigars in there. And you get a little bit older and you get beer, and then you get your girlfriends in there. Next thing you know, the dads go down there and just bust them up. Lucas as a dad, I would have hated encountering Lucas in like 5th, 6th grade. Was my daughter in your fort? Yeah, she was in there. All we did was smoke cigars and had 1 beer. Oh my God, he would just pound the hell out of me. I would, he's a I could tell. I don't know if you would, Mark, but I think Lucas is pretty protective of a dad like that. I would.
Oh yeah, he is. Hey, but I don't know. He also is going to let them take their licks to toughen them up.
I know. I'm where my toughness is I don't allow them to do much. Like I don't like sleepovers. There's just a lot of things where it's just I'm pretty old school and a little bit cautious. A little bit more so than most. But
I know.
when it comes to jumping around and trying to, jump out of things or do this or do that where they can get hurt. No, they need to. Especially the boys, they need to get that out. They need to learn, their boundaries, and they ain't, I have it's kind of hard though, Mark, right? Like you want them to be safe, but at the same time, they're never going to grow if you coddle them.
Yep.
So you have to find that balance.
The sleepover thing, just the sleepovers usually happened at my house for the kids, and which I preferred that way because I worry about them or whatever. But I was always stunned at the number of my kids' friends where the parents were like, "Yeah, take them, not keep them."
Yeah,
I like my kids. I don't want to give them away. But
well,
I'll
the
take
hard
yours too.
part
They're
is
cool.
that a lot of the parents are like, "Oh, if my kid comes over to your house, then your kid can come to my house, right?" No,
Yep,
no,
nah.
that's not how it works.
Not cool. My house is more fun, anyways.
Yeah, exactly.
Hey, do you guys remember that little toy you had? It was like a little guy you'd throw up in the air. He was a plastic guy with a little parachute, and he'd come down.
Oh God, yeah.
So we were sitting around after playing baseball one day, and we were throwing them up in the air, having a good time. And there was about 8 of us, and then we decided, hey, let's make one out of a bed sheet. It should work because we were from 3rd to 4th grade. We just didn't know physics, we were so dumb. And so there was this one garage that had a real high point, probably 25 feet up in the air, like 2.5 stories. So we made the homemade parachute with the bed sheet with twine. So then we decided, I shouldn't laugh, but my God, we're sitting there and we're looking at each other going, okay, who should do it? And then we're looking at each other and we'll go, well, the biggest guy, and I was like the second biggest guy. There was a guy, Cheese, we call him. He was about 40 pounds over me. And we all decided that the biggest guy is going to come down faster, so it should fly open, right? I mean, that's how boys think. Poor Cheese, he got up there. And I kind of thought it might work, but I would say it was 80% chance that it wasn't going to go good. And he jumped up there. And he didn't fly open. It just kind of sagged down and he hit the ground, the poor guy, and he broke his leg. So yeah, that was a kind of a sad day with the gang, And then we had to bring him home, and his mom was pretty pissed off at us.
I bet.
But you know what? I
He
said,
can
well,
fly.
if he wouldn't have been there, it would have been me. So anyways, it was a bad day. But, I just didn't know the physics when I was that young, and kind of I didn't. But anyway.
Did you at least put one of those plastic football helmets on? Yeah, I think if Lucas and I had been Matt's friend growing up, we probably would have been going around looking like we were really special with our helmets and everything.
Yeah.
But yeah, we got a great time. Yeah. One time we went down the one lake and you'd start in the sewer pipe, and they were clean, they were just for water runoff.
Mm-hmm.
And we'd get in there and all of a sudden it would be so big. I think it was like, I want to say 5 feet high, we were just kids. And then the next one's 4 feet, and the next one's 3, and then 2, and then 1. And you're shimmying through there, and all of a sudden, then you would get to a spot, you'd probably be about 400 yards in, and then we're sitting there looking at each other going, man, what if it starts raining hard out, So let's get out of here, but it would take you like 5 minutes to crawl out of that deal. And I never went in there after that. And it didn't dawn on us till we got to that spot, where like it was, I don't know, a manhole deal or something, but that rain could come in there but we were so dumb, we didn't even think of that kind of thing. That's how kids get hurt, I don't know what we were thinking, but you couldn't even, you know what?
Risk reward for boys doesn't even fully develop until somewhere between 18 and 21.
I'm
Not something we're blessed with.
I'm freaking out even thinking about it right now because, man, it was. I hate being in tight spots like that. I think that's what it was.
How young men ever make it to adulthood is
no, it's not good.
It's astounding.
I had a buddy when we were little, man. He was 4 and he got locked in an old car in a trunk for almost 5 days.
Oh, jeez.
Old potato chips soaked in oil, and we forgot. Well, I didn't know where he was till they found him because I wasn't with him when he got in there. And man, oh man, that was horrible, But it was hot out too.
Yeah, can you imagine being the parents? Holy crap! Boy, I bet that kid was probably didn't keep in mind at all. Sat in there and played and slept for days. I'm just gonna piss in the corner of the trunk.
Well, they finally heard him yelling, because there was like rust spots in the old car, and it was in a field. Help me, help. It's Jimmy. Please help.
Poor Jimmy.
Yeah, poor Jimmy. He was a great guy.
I got to remember to lift one to Jimmy.
Yeah, well, yeah, for sure.
I just noticed, Matt, the time. You want to tell them how to get in there?
Yeah, you bet. You guys, you go to thecbdgurus.com, and then when you're in there, you put in, you go to wholesale, MarkZ wholesale, put in lowercase if the box pops open, lowercase KRAMCBD, And you'll notice the specials, you guys. I got specials in there, 20% off, MAY 20. But on the first two, for sure, the drinks, like I said, I got a guy coming in from a festival on Monday, and I'm gonna have to reorder the drinks. So if you want the drinks, it might be a while after that before I get them back. So, anyways, just order them now if you want them. I got a good deal on them. Plus, I got a bunch of currency on those. You get your pick of 3 different currencies. Stock her up because, anyways, when you reorder, I'm just saying, okay? But anyways, there's other specials in there. Knock yourself out. If you have any questions, 612-412-8343. And that's it, you guys. So have a good weekend. And Mark, happy birthday, Mark. There you
Hey,
go.
I appreciate
It's Mark's
that one.
birthday on what's
Happy
that?
birthday. Today's your
Sunday.
birthday?
No. Sunday's my birthday. Lucas,
Sunday.
you don't have to pretend. I mean, you're going to be here. I mean, you flying in for the birthday. Oh,
Oh,
I was supposed to tell
yeah.
Matt.
It's a surprise party.
Yeah.
Wait a second. You're flying in? I didn't get invited. So.
Just don't. Well, it's
Kukla planned it, Matt. She didn't invite you?
No, but you know what? I'll go. I'll invite myself. How's that sound?
Mark, have a good weekend. Have fun.
I appreciate you both greatly. Mods as well, all the birthday wishes, the presents from a number of you folks. Just thank you. Go ahead, Matt.
Hey, thanks, Mark, for everything, and happy birthday, and have a good time this weekend. Everybody have a great weekend. I know I'm going to try. It's hard for me, though, sometimes. I just don't have any fun. No,
Yeah, I can imagine.
I'm just kidding. I have a ball, whatever I try to do.
That's it. I'm going to change your name on here from the CBD Matt to Mr. Fun.
You know what? They call me, the little kids call me Papa Fun. And,
Papa Fun.
Yeah, and I didn't make that up. They made that up themselves. So I said, how about the other guys? Are they Papa Fun? And they said, nope, they're too old. The grandpas, so I'm Papa
There, it's
Fun.
official now, at least until you tell me to change it. You are now Papa Fun.
Yep, for sure. All right, Mark. It was nice talking to you. Nice having you talk to you.
I appreciate you, man.
Yeah, take care.
Have a
Take
good
care,
weekend,
everyone.
guys.
Thanks,
Yep.
Lucas. Thanks, Mods. Thanks, Miss Kukla. Thanks, all. I appreciate you. And I will see you Monday morning unless we get some kind of fun breaking news. Bye, guys.